We'll be back up and running very shortly. So
It is actually back up and running, just as you
it
said
is.
it. We've got
That's it.
Brand, we've got
It's
Brandon
back up
Glover,
now, so go back up there.
who snatched pole position off, I believe, CJ and Dutch. We've got the two-time world champion back to back. His teammate is in P2. He's managed to take it off him as well. So Dutch on the soft tyre, he's on P3, with the newly promoted D43 Tomo P4, with his teammate Remco P5. Tico taking P6 with Tim. He's been fairly good in Div 2, so that was us getting the back very loose, trying to warm his tyres up. He's in P7. Jesper P8. Mako's newly promoted, he's P9. It's a good qualifying from him. Hopefully he can convert it into a good result. We've got the Lord's Almighty Ravers, as I believe that's what Goikop calls him. He's P10. It's Panda, who's just left the session, unfortunately. Cat's
Oh
just left
god.
the session. We've got Crest
Cat was
P12.
disqualified from the formation lap, but Panda could be an issue. This might end up as a restarted lobby.
We had Crest and Chicken Guy very close together last race, so I think that might happen again this race. So Danny, who unfortunately crashed out, and Tico, who unfortunately crashed out, taking the final two positions of the grid. If we can get a better camera angle than this, it will be appreciated. There we go. 5 lights are out, and away we go with a delayed start as usual. The best start from Brandon. It's got CJ on his inside for turn 1. So Brandon just getting the brakes that little bit later. We've got D4 Tomo, and we've got Remco who's just got past him. Tomo's trying to fight back, but we've got Tim going round the outside of Tico. But Tico doesn't give him too much room, so it's a battle through the S section. This can go
They're both leaning on each other.
Yeah, they're not giving each other that much liberty. This is allowing Matt to get up in the fight. He's run up one position since the start. So he's looking a little punchy. So we'll see if he can make many more moves up the grid.
It's going to be interesting to see what Team Ferrari do strategy-wise. We've got CJ in second on the supers and Dutch in third on the soft.
It's definitely
looking very strong for this race.
Hopefully they have a good strategy because, well, we all know what Ferrari are like when they have a strategy. It doesn't go too well. But that's Tico has made a move on Cress, splitting the Renault drivers apart from each other. So we're going to have
nice show.
Tico's
just reinform everybody that the stream is back live.
Cat's getting very close to the back of Chicken Guy as Chicken Guy and Waves go side by side, but I think one of them have got a bit of front wing damage. They go really slow through the final chicane as you see a bit of carbon fibre fly off one of the cars. Not sure who it was off though. Luckily Chicken Guy is given
virtual safety car.
Chicken Guy is given the weave of disapproval, so that's not too sure what happened between them. Is there a safety car, a virtual safety car you said?
Yeah, it's just come back in now. It was a very short virtual safety car, only about 3 corners.
So the graphic wasn't showing the safety car for me. So you've got Brandon.
Nice.
Already taking advantage of the virtual safety car. He's 2.4 seconds ahead of CJ and P2. So you've got Dutch pretty close behind him. And then it looks like both Toro Rossos are in what seems to be their own little battle as well.
Well, so far Danny jumped up 6 places into 8th place.
It's a very good start from him as he just goes a little wide to spoon.
Seems like everybody's having a bit of difficulty at spoon today.
Yeah, it's not
which is unusual.
Not the best corner for people, as you see Marco's turned in a bit too early for spoon and ends up turning into a temporary lawnmower. Side by side through 130R. Chicken Guy not giving Matt the room. So that was, I think Chicken Guy just expected Matt to back out, but Matt tried to keep his foot in. So it was a very good overtake. Good fight back from Matt, but unfortunately he couldn't keep it.
There's yellow flag in sector 1, but like the cars have literally just got to sector 1. So
Well, it's a Codemasters game, so we don't know what's
Tim
going
and
on.
Tico very close. A little bit of contact entering the S's section.
So CJ has closed the gap between him and Brandon by half a second. Seems we've got a little bit of a freeway battle. Tico, Ravers, or Tico, Chicken Guy and Ravers, but it looks like Cress is getting up to the back of them now. So if they keep this fighting up, Cress is going to be in the battle, which is led by Chicken Guy.
Well, Panda's managed to get back in his car, but he is 13.5 seconds off the car in front of him.
So he's got to either hope for a miracle or get his foot down, so it's going to be a tough race for him tonight.
He might still be able to get a point for a clean race, so...
Definitely, so he's going to have to keep focused. He can't slip up if he wants to score a point pretty much. So he just gets a little way without the hairpin. So I think either CJ starting to find some pace or Brandon starting to fall back, because CJ and Dutch, they've closed the gap into Brandon by almost a second. So it's looking good between them three.
Has caught up on the back of Tim 12 and Tico, but Tim 12 spun coming out of the chicane.
I think
and he's taking Tico with him.
I believe there was a certain Tim 12 who was involved in that as well. I saw his car off the road. There's a fair bit of carbon fibre, but Tico's left the session. Jesper has retired, unfortunately, so we got Tim coming in the pit lane. Then we got Zach trying to make a move on Cat through the S section in sector 1. It's a very tight racing, but he hasn't given Cat the room, and that's unfortunately, out of no choice of his own, Cat's tagged the back of him. Some good hard racing, but if you do it in sector 1, chances are it's going to end in tears, and we don't exactly like seeing it, but Tico saw his race coming to a virtual end, and he's ended up retiring it.
No, I was going to say, Zach has been Mr. Consistent so far, but obviously the incident in qualifying, now an incident in the race with Cat, it hasn't gone down too well with him today.
So you've got team orders have just come in place. I think Dutch has just went past CJ, but CJ let him go through. So I think CJ knows that he hasn't got the pace to be able to launch the fight for the front, and he's just decided to let Dutch through to try and attack. So we'll see if that's going to be useful and if Dutch can make his way up to the lead.
Well, Dutch getting into second place is going to be interesting, because before this race, Zach was the championship leader.
Sorry, who was the championship leader? Zach?
Zach was. He was 6 points in front of Dutch.
So this is going to... him leaving this could possibly be the difference between him winning and losing the championship.
It could well be. I mean, even if he just stayed and drove around, he'd still get a point for a clean race. So, I mean, 1 point might not sound a lot, but you can win and lose a championship with 1 point.
Point to point. Everyone is important, as we see with the new rule that was put in with real life F1, that the fastest lap gets a point. When in the first races, we've already seen drivers trying to get that point as much as they can, so it does prove important.
I mean, Dutch got through. He's got about 1.6 to Brandon now. CJ's about a second back, but both Toro Rossos aren't out of this fight just yet.
So you've got Makos, he has moved up to 7th place. I think he's moved up 2 positions from the start.
Tag the back of Zach, but Ravers is all over him and going down the inside at 130 out.
It looks like he might have. I'm on board with him now as Cat gets sent off the road by Ravers. Yeah, that was a little bit of a dive bomb.
I was going to say that was a little bit aggressive on the brakes from Cat. Luckily Ravers saw it and moved out the way.
He does have some damage. I'm on board with him now, and part of his wing on the left is missing. So he's going to have a lot of downforce in all the right hand corners until he gets a new one.
I mean, that little incident at the final chicane has allowed Crest to jump on the back of this battle now.
So you've got Dutch Tricks, he's closing up to that DRS range of Brandon, he's getting close. He's closed that gap within 6/10 now.
I said Tomo's lost 6/10 this lap. He was within the DRS range of CJ, but
Just dropped back.
I mean these Toro Rossos are on the same tyre, both on super softs, so it might be difficult deciding who gets priority for pits.
Just like to point out that Dutch has just about broke down the barrier that separates him and Brandon by a second, so he now has DRS when he gets onto the main straight if he can keep within 9/10 of him. So it's looking like it's going to shape up for a decent race. Brandon is on the softer compound, which is going to be a lot more worn because it does wear out faster than the soft tyre. The soft tyre is the harder one. Not as much pace, but not as much pace and not as much grip. But as it eventually goes on for the race and the softer compound degrades, he's going to come back into the fight a bit more. And we can see he's just 6/10 of a second off him right now. So it's getting close.
It's going to be interesting what strategy Dutch does have tonight, because I don't want him picking my strategy because everybody will try it again tomorrow.
Wondering if he's going to go for another 2-stop. As we know, Dutch likes them.
But in the meantime, Cress has snuck past Rivers into turn 1, so it's now Cress's time to try and pass Cat.
If Cat's gonna allow it, he was very aggressive on the brakes trying to defend from Ravers. So part of me says that Cat will be aggressive defending against Cress as well, but Cat goes wide coming out the second Degner. That's allowing Cress to pretty much get past, but Cat's going to keep it on the inside.
I was going to say around the outside of the hairpin very rarely works. I've seen a couple of the inside of the hairpin. But I remember, oh, bit of desync. Cress has spun Cat.
Cress has got pretty much under the slipstream, he's got close to Cat's, tried to move out, and his rear wings just rubbed the front of Cat's. His front wings rubbed the back of Cat and it's sent him into a spin, unfortunately. So there's going to be Cat with a loss of a front wing. There's
CJ and Tomo in pit lane, and both of them sped into pit lane.
With Tomo and CJ.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for the two.
Dutch picked up a 3-second time penalty, which is something you very rarely see.
But indeed, you can see Dutch. He's pushing pretty hard to try and get up to Brandon. This could hurt him later on in the race if Brandon manages to catch back up and doesn't have any penalties. So Dutch is going to make sure he stays clean and fast, because that penalty could be the difference between a win and a second place. There's competition from P3 and P4. They're going to be a lot further back because they've got another 5 seconds. That's going to either be added to the race time, or if they do another pit stop, they'll have to wait 5 seconds before the tyres are changed.
Remco's run wide at the second Degnet. Got gravel on the tyres, and Danny's passed him up in the 3rd place. So currently Danny's overtaken 11 cars in this field.
She's doing very good. It's safe to say.
I mean, it's nice to see one McLaren have a good race. You already have one, but
yeah.
a little bit of pressure off my
on your teammates. So you've got Remco coming into the pit lane. He manages to not speed in the pit lane, which is something his teammate struggled with. So he won't have to serve his 5-second penalty. That's Matt Corso with a P4. It's looking to be a decent race for him right now. He was P5 before it was Remco who just popped in the pit. So he's doing a good job, Matt Corso. So just hope that he can keep it up. Because he's had a bit of trouble with the start of this season, coming up into Div 1. It's not been the easiest thing for him. But he's looking like he's doing good. Qualified inside the top 10. And he was in P5 just before the car in front of him made their pit stop, and he's on the harder compound. Keep an eye on ISR Danny. He's come up 11 places, so I'll keep an eye on the gap between him and Dutch. I believe they are both on the same compound. There they are. Same compound, same amount of laps. So it'll be interesting to see what they can both do. I think my co-commentator Pagani's took a quick pee break. He's stopped talking altogether. So it'll just be me for a little bit. Oh, that's Katami. He's gone round in the first sector again. Not that good a race for him.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Right. I don't know what happened there, but I'm back.
So we've got Katami. He's having a bit of trouble. He's lost the back end through the first sector again and almost lost it through the Degners. So tonight, it's definitely not going well for him.
Bran has gone for the ballsy strategy. He's gone from supers to softs. He's also come out in front of CJ, so the undercut for CJ hasn't worked.
Just want to point out, after the troubles that Kat has had so far, he is a minute and 12 seconds off the lead. Fortunate for him, he's got quite a bit of work to do. Some macros.
Well, the gap between Danny and Dutch Tricks is dead fairly similar.
So right now we have Chicken Guy. He's closing up to the back of Macos. Got Chicken Guy on the harder compounds, but it won't have as much tyre wear as Macos' soft tyre. So I don't think it'll be too difficult for Chicken to get the overtake on that.
Dutch is in pit lane after 10 laps on the soft. Got the medium tyre.
He's going to be going to the end. Just as I ought to say before you interrupted my pun, I was going to say it seems like it might be fairly easier for Chicken Guy to make a move on Macos as long as he doesn't chicken out of it. Halfway through, you cut me off.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
Oh, I've noticed.
Well, Bran tried to get past Crescent the last chicane and didn't manage it, but got into turn 1 just as Dutch was going out of pit lane. Katami's is retired, so obviously his difficulties were getting the better of him. Yeah. Since he left the session.
So as we can see, we had CJ who had let Dutch through. He dropped off a fair bit behind him, and now he's pit. He's within a second of his teammate. It looks like it might keep on getting closer for this lap or for this and the next lap, because the medium isn't exactly the easiest tyre to warm up, as Dutch has a little bit of a lock up into the airpin. So Dutch and CJ right on the back of, I believe, Cress. Yep, on the medium tyre. He's run his for 10 laps. And CJ.
I think if anybody can warm those tyres up, it'll be Dutch. Yeah. He does like to slide the car a little bit.
At least he knows his rear temperatures will go up for him.
Oh, 130R manoeuvre. Cress doesn't fight it too much.
Good from both drivers, knowing when to give in and when to go for it. Which is what we want, but now we've got CJ. He's wanting a piece of the cake. He's getting very close to Cress in acceleration.
Oh, Macos in, Danny's in, they're both got... Danny's got the medium tyre. Macos has got the medium tyre.
Macos... comment.
Macos got a speeding penalty, so pit lane causing some issues today.
I think I just saw a very certain Tomo go quite wide in turn 1. So I'm not too sure what happened there. Did it go fairly wide through the first corner? He's managed to keep the car pointing in the right direction, so it's not too bad for him. This might be a warning.
Well, a little bit of breaking news. Our GT Sport division has just announced what's happening next season. We'll be running Group 2 cars officially.
That should be very, very interesting. Some nice very nice high downforce cars, so should
Yeah,
be
indeed.
very fun to use then. I've already got myself a nice GT2 Nissan GTR, so I'm looking forward to seeing if that's one of the options, which I guess we'll see within
It is
the week
indeed.
break. Oh, Paul, I love you. It's one of my favourite cars to drive.
So will we get a Scousmobile Mark II? Let's
Oh
find
yes, we're
out now.
gonna get a Scotsmobile Mark II. I put a
Oh,
little.
Dutchie's set fastest lap.
We've got CJ. He's about to make a move on Crest down the straight into turn 1. So Crest doesn't fight it, lets him through. So I put a little feature on that where I've got the skyline of the city on the side of the car, but no one's noticed it. Now, I've been there thinking, come on, someone please notice it. I had to point it out on stream for people to know.
But it's going to be interesting to see what tyres Chicken Guy goes on to. I mean, he's on the mediums he started the race on.
Part of me thinks he's gonna take the soft tyre, because the soft tyre can go around 10 laps. So I don't see why he can't take the medium tyre out a little bit further, and then maybe just try and, if he can, stretch the soft. I don't know how quick they were, so it's definitely something that's just down to their own judgment. So we've got Brandon and Dutch, they're both in a battle now.
I
Dutch
was
just a
going
few
to say
tenths
Dutch
behind.
is right in the back of Bran.
This will be
Bran on a
interesting to
softer
see.
tyre.
Dutch will have more tyre life, and I'm pretty sure that Brand might have to maybe make another pit stop, because I can't see him taking that soft 16 laps. Not too sure.
I've done it in
17, sorry.
practice, but they're very worn
So
at
they'll
the
have a
end of the
massive
race.
pace drop off. Dutch
And
sets
Dutch
another
is
fastest lap.
Bran defending the inside.
He's really gunning it. It's looking very close between the two on the broadcast camera. Move to the TV pod.
Danny's in the back of Tomo now, on fresh and medium tyres.
She is indeed. It's very close. It's looking to be a good comeback race for Danny so far. He had made up 11 positions before he made his pit stop. And he's only been on his mediums for a lap or two.
If he scores some points, he's welcome in the McLaren team, because I haven't had this for a while and the McLaren did one squad, so...
Who's getting close, going to go around the outside of the hairpin. Ambitious move, like
Difficult
you said, doesn't
manoeuvre.
often work out, but it's looking like it just has.
He's pulled it off. I mean, he might want to get it reattached, but I mean, still. So now both Toro Rossos are following each other once again.
We can see. Sorry, I'll let you carry on.
I was just going to say, it hasn't been the best race for Remco today.
Unfortunately not. He's down in P9 so far, but the top 3 drivers all within 6 or 7 tenths of each other. You've got Brandon and Dutch closing right to the back of Chicken Guy as he's pitting.
Because a Chicken Guy pitting now, you would anticipate got the soft tyre.
It'd be more than likely.
Oh, Cress is pitted, so they're going to double stack. Cress is going to have a slower pitch. Yeah, they're double stacking. That.
Unfortunately, Cress has got a penalty. He's sped into the pit lane. So not only is the double stack going to cost him time, but he's going to have another 5 seconds added on to his final race time if he doesn't pit again. You've got Danny, he's made his way past Tomo. Oh sorry, no, we already pointed that out.
I'm not sure what Team Banana are up to there.
So is it Tim you said?
I'm saying, like, those medium tyres should go about 20 laps.
Roughly,
21 laps. So I don't know why they both come on the same lap. And disadvantage Crest, what, 3-4 seconds in a stack at the stop?
It's a bit of a strategy blunder, as we can see. It's looking like Dutch might be able to get around. Possibly he's going to go for the outside of 130R on Brandon. He's going to see if Brandon allows it. Dutch backs out, tries to go for the switch, but he can't quite get it. So to hang back for a moment. So you've got Dutch a lot closer to Brandon now. He's got DRS. Brandon goes as far over to the right as he can, doesn't do much. Brandon is in front going into turn 1. Dutch is in front going to turn 1. Brandon's had to back out. There's not much more he can do, unfortunately.
Panda's pitted and he's also sped into pit lane, so I know the pit lane here is like downhill, but it appears to be catching a lot of drivers out today.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to affect a lot of drivers' races. It's very easy to get your braking point wrong going in there, so you've got to really be on it. It looks like a fair few drivers haven't been on it when they're going into the pits. Just want to point out, for the moment, it looked like Touch and Tomo were having a battle, but unfortunately that was just, I believe, it was one of the drivers coming into the pit lane. I think it was Cress. So unfortunately, you give us the false illusion of a battle, unfortunately. But Dutch,
what I will say is Panda lagged out at the start of the race was a long way off, I think 14 seconds. He just made his pit stop and he's come out in 9th place.
He's doing a very good job. A few incidents in front have definitely helped him out, so it was a good job that he actually came back in and raced instead of just ending up leaving and giving up on it. So it was a good job from him. So it's looking like right now that should Ravers hold off Cress, it could be a possible double point score for the Williams, which I'm definitely rooting for Team Ravers and Team Panda, mainly because they are my teammates, but Cress is through, unfortunately.
Bran has repassed Dutch into turn 1.
So is it going to be one of those things where they ping pong back with each other? But I don't know what happened there with Brandon. He's just gone a bit wide.
I was going to say, if you run with a higher ballast, the S section, the car has a tendency to just keep steering the way that you were turning. So I don't know if he's just being caught out and just not put the opposite lock in early enough.
Definitely a bit unsure what happened there. It looked like that Brandon was about half a second in front when the back snapped, and the back snapped again. He's almost went into the wall. It was a good catch from him. Something like Brandon's having a bit of trouble with the car right now. And all these little mistakes are just going to keep coming together and giving Dutch more of a lead, so he needs to try and reset himself and bring his pace right back up to get on the back of Dutch again. He's within DRS range just about.
We've got Hammer Time / Bottle in the chat. We've got Peteman back in the chat saying hashtag points for Ravers. He's got some work to do in 11th, but I mean, I haven't seen him pick up a penalty yet, so all the drivers will stop goes. Anything can happen at the end of this race.
Let's have a quick look. We've got Ravers running another flag which nobody knows. Which nobody knows what it is again. But Ravers, he's got 2 warnings right now, so if he does want to get a point, he's going to be very careful with how he approaches the last 9 or 10 laps. But one mistake of turning in too early, running out wide, can cost him that point. And in Div 1, every 1 point can be a lot.
I'm going to jinx it, but I don't think Danny has said no to a podium yet. I think he's going to do his best to try and chase down CJ with 4 lap fresh and medium tyres.
Definitely looking like there's a possibility. He's only 4.5 seconds behind him, just around that region. And I believe he has been closing the gap in, so we'll keep a secondary eye on him for a bit and see what he can do.
City Posh evening, hashtag Team Renault, saying anyone else hate this track? Yeah, I think half of the grid hates this track, it's not.
Well, they hate the pit
I used to love it, but this game, it doesn't agree with me.
I just want to point something out, that we know that Matt Coors has a track record of not really agreeing with pit lanes. A lot of other drivers have been getting a penalty going into the pit lane, but Matt hasn't. I think the end of the world's coming. It's definitely interesting.
You say that, but Matt Coors has a stop go and he's currently in the gravel.
God damn it. I always have to jinx, don't I?
You definitely jinxed pro Matt Coors there. Apparently got past him while he was in the gravel.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate. So the world isn't ending. So very much intact.
Got Lennon in the chat. Brennan bottled unless he can stay within 3 seconds of Dutch. I mean, you say that, Lennon, but he has closed back in on Dutch, so he
Right
could
on the
get
back of
back
him.
past Dutch.
The fresher compound's looking like it's doing good for him.
Hammer Time / Bottle saying he doesn't hate this track. I mean, we would respect your opinion, but you're not racing, so
Gonna quickly
get
pop
back in
into
the car, then tell me you like the track. There you go.
Gonna quickly pop into the race director to have a look at Brandon's strategy. He took the super soft tyre about 9 laps. So it's gone from super soft to soft, which is it's a strategy that I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be a super soft to medium, but it's looking like Brandon. It's looking like he's making it work so far, but at the end of the race his tyres are really gonna drop, and that's gonna play right into the race leader's hands, Dutch.
Both Dutch and Brand got very sideways coming out with the hairpin, and then Dutch caught the outside curb at Spoon and half spun the car, but he held it. But both of them living on the edge.
Yeah. So we got Remco, he's closing up to Tomo. He's not far behind, he's within half a second. He opens up the rear flap for DRS, he's going to get a fair bit of a tow on his teammate.
Do we have anything else going on? Yeah, City Posh struggling with that bump coming in on the last corner about pit lane injury.
Just want to
So he
point out,
crashed so many times.
Cress is getting very close to Mako's. Sector 1. Cress looks like he's going to be within a lap or two trying to make his way past them. So that'll be something good to see, hopefully. As I have just got a follow request from Mr. FTRL himself. Goycarps just sent me a friend request on Instagram. Don't know where that come from. I feel honoured to get some attention from one of the legends of FTRL.
Donzo saying he doesn't hate this track, but it hates him. Hammer Time telling me to get quicker, which, yeah, I can't deny that. I should probably be quicker than I am.
I'm not going to deny it.
He also called me a slow git, which, yeah.
There's Cress going for a move at Spoon as Mac was wide, but he can't quite make it. There's going to be Matt in front for now, but we've got Cress, he's got the overspeed. He's going to go down the inside of 130R, both side by side. Mako's gets run slightly wide, and somehow he's still down the inside. He's not giving it in. It's a nice clear race in between the both.
He's pulling away now to 1.1, and Brian appears to be struggling with a little bit of understeer through that first sector now.
It's looking to be a good battle for yellow flag in sector 3. That is Tim 12E's gone round. Not entirely sure where it was. I think it might have been possibly
That's the
out
bump.
the final corner. Oh, is that the bump?
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. So it's Cress managing to pull away from Mako's now as he makes the move. Matt tried to attack again, but not too much that he could do. I think the age of those of the soft tyres starting to come back to give our driver in P2, Brandon in the Mercedes. It's looking like the tyre wear starting to slap him across the face. Now he runs a little bit wide at Spoon, and the gap's starting to pull out between himself and Dutch. So it's looking like that race win might just be running away from him, or quite literally running away from him. The car in front starting to pull out a gap, and we can see CJ starting to come back into play a bit. He's starting to close in. He's within 2.7 seconds, so it could possibly be a Ferrari 1-2 if CJ can keep up a good pace and get past. Not saying it's going to be easy, but it's possible. Dutch and Tomo both battling. I think Tomo just let Remco past. Sorry, it's Remco and Tomo fighting, not Dutch.
I was going to say, I believe CJ will want to get past Bran and get the 1-2 for Ferrari, as they know that their number one driver, Mr. Goycart, will be unable to make the race tomorrow, so they need to get as many points as possible to take over from the points all that Goy would bring in.
they've definitely got to try and just. It's a race where they've just got to try and play for the #1 driver in the team right now. So they've just got to make sure they maximise what they can get. Never thought to be called a good #1 driver.
I mean, he is the quickest in the front. Oh, Dutch has spun!
That's Dutch! Oh. That was close. Brandon's near went straight into the back of him.
Oh! Dutch has just tagged the wall.
That is a battle of the ages. That's part
Spoon
of this
curve. What is it with spoon curve that these drivers aren't liking?
I think that it's just scooping them up.
But yeah, Dutch now has wing damage, so Tomo's going to try and get past him in the last chicane, but he's going to be sitting duck here, I think.
It's going to be really tough for him. He's missing half of his front wing around that anyway. So send down into P5.
I mean, well, we both basically just jinxed Team Ferrari, so sorry Ferrari fans out there. But I mean, just think, they're being realistic to real life, so there you go.
Yeah, Spoon has been scooping up quite a few drivers tonight. Bit unfortunate.
The more times you say that, I'm still not going to laugh. I do apologise.
I'm trying to hold it down. The first time my face has been bright red for the past minute now. So Remco gets a 3-second penalty.
Goikart in the chat saying his 2 points have been critical this season, so...
Especially with Ferrari. They don't like... It seems to be that Ferrari and points... There seem to be two North Poles with magnet pushing each other away.
You got Peter saying ouch. Hammer Time saying bottle, which is quite good for him, considering that's his PSN name. Lennon saying, well, I'd have no controller or TV left if that was me. Yeah, I've seen you throw a couple of controllers at the wall, Lennon.
This is going to be from P1 down to P6. Tomo's getting very close to the back of him.
Oh, Danny's got a 5-second stop go for exceeding track limits at the last chicane.
Don't know how exceeding track limits gets you that penalty, but we'll go with it.
He's obviously been a very naughty boy in track limits. I mean,
definitely.
I think it just goes with being a McLaren driver. You have to push everything to the limits.
Taking a leaf out of Fernando Alonso's book, we noticed the real life he thought Abu Dhabi chicane. No, I just run straight through.
But yeah, CJ is gaining rapidly on the back of Brandon on those soft tyres now.
Yeah, those soft tyres, they're not playing into Brandon's hands right now. Seems to be playing into CJ's hands. He's got this lap, then another 3 to go. So he's not got that much time to do it, so he needs to get his head down and just push at every corner he can, but not do what his teammate done and dropped it coming out of Spoon. It'll be counterproductive. Just hope I don't jinx him right now. Otherwise, I will be getting some very angry messages on Discord tonight.
Oh, I get them all the time.
Oh, I know you do. You're an admin, it's your job.
Got House's Home in the chat saying, Tomo makes driving look so damn sexy.
I can't confirm or deny, but he's still trying to get past Dutch right now. Dutch isn't making it easy.
CJ is within DRS of Brandt.
Yes, he is.
Ferrari can still win this race.
Yeah, it's possible. I believe CJ hasn't won a race in Div 1, has he?
I don't think so. He's had a very barren run.
It'll be a first for him if he can manage to get it done. The man who has the record for most consecutive wins in a season of 7. Yes, 7. He got placed in the wrong league last season.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but the man that broke that streak was me at Spa. But, you know, just saying.
It was a one.
It was. It's literally the only thing I've been good at, so... But yeah, CJ's right on the back of Brand now.
So Danny's got himself another penalty. It's going to be him off the podium now. I don't think that's his first. Because if I'm right, he did get a 5-second penalty a couple laps ago.
He did.
Yeah. It was going to be a very
That
good
would be
comeback.
Danny's biggest failing. He does pick up a lot of penalties.
He's going to come on board with CJ right now onto the start-finish straight. He's going to have DRS, slipstream, and overtake. A lot of VRS to try and get his way through. He closed up to about 2/10. It's not going to be enough. So
Yeah, it's not, but those tyres on Brand's car are only going to get worse.
Just going to be a matter of time for CJ. I think both the tyres are going to be dropping off, but it's a matter of who's are going to be dropping off more.
Tom right in the back of Dutch, going into the first sector, but the first sector is very difficult to try and overtake anyone.
And
There's one line in the first sector.
And it did cause an accident earlier on. So that was Dutch having to brake for the exit of that sector, and I think that was Tom having to very quickly react again on the brakes, but Dutch isn't given the room.
Tom can smell his blood in the water from Dutch.
Come back on board with CJ.
I think it's only a matter of time.
This is the battle for the race win.
Well, they're both in overtake ERS, but CJ is getting closer. Brand is going to have to cover the inside into the chicane.
And that's going to put his exit off if he defends down the inside.
But CJ's saving ERS through the chicane where Bran isn't. Oh, Bran's lost it in the bump!
That was very close to ending his race.
CJ's got alongside him though. Going to be outside for turn 1.
Please don't let the
Gets him done before the corner.
There's not too much Brandon can do. I think
boys.
If Brandon can't get his way past, that's going to be the mistake that cost him the win.
Nope. The battle for Dutch and Tomo, Chicken Guy's now got in it. And Chicken Guy's got on the outside of Tomo in turn 1. On the last lap.
Chicken Guy he's just clucking at the heels of Dutch. Another pun that you're not going to acknowledge.
I'll try my best not to.
The only way we can make these streams entertaining. Apart from the racing, that is. So as Chicken Guy getting close to the back, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Seems to be a little too far back now, about half a second.
I've just remembered something. CJ has got past Bram, but CJ did get a stop-go penalty in the pit lane.
He did. How many penalties does Brandon have, do you know?
I don't think Bran has one, so I think Bran is still going to win this race.
It's a possibility. We'll stay on board as we see CJ is about to cross the line to take the race win, but yes, it's Brandon takes the win.
Ferrari doesn't see who gets third. Danny holds it.
Yeah, he manages.
By 3/10.
Very close. This is Dutch.
Oh, Chicken Guy side by side with Dutch.
The Chicken Guy just about gets past Dutch before the line.
Panda jumps Tomo because of Tomo's stop-go.
So stop-go is having a fair role in tonight's race with the end results. So you got Ravers coming through. Final corner, he crosses the line. It's the final driver to cross the line. I believe Ravers didn't get a penalty that race, so I think he might just get a point for a clean race. So we'll have a quick look in the race director in a moment.
Oh, so who wants to invite to this party? Bran, CJ and Danny. Coolio. CJ. Danny and Cool, that's them invited for the podium interviews.
So we'll have a quick look at the race director for Ravers. He does only 2 warnings, so he doesn't get a penalty, and that's going to be a point for a clean sheet for tonight.
I'm just going to put it out there. Panda disconnected before the start of the race, was 14.5 seconds back, and has clawed his way back to 7th place.
It's a very good race. Those incidents did help him out a bit, so you know, top job for him for coming back into the race.
Well, we have our podium drivers in the party with us now.
It's a very good top 3 for you 3.
I don't know if you want to interview Bran as a race winner, Michael.
I will. So, Brandon, that wasn't the easiest of races for you. You took quite an unorthodox strategy, something that was definitely not expected. You ran the super soft and then the soft to the end. So for once, I'm right by saying you've done a one stop. No, yeah, I'm right by saying you've done a one stop. So I'm good with that. So definitely at the end of the race, you had CJ clawing his way at your heels. So it wasn't an easy one. We noticed just at the end of lap 26, you go wayward coming out of the final corner, it was nearly end of the race. So was that something to do with tyres, or was it trying to deal with the pressure of also being attacked by another driver and dealing with tyres that are just completely out the window? Or can you talk us through that battle you had with them?
Well, it was tyres, but tyres were on about 66% at that point. Maybe nearly 70. But yeah, on the final corner, there's always a big massive bump there, and even no matter what tyres you've got, you always got to be careful of it.
This was definitely a fantastic drive for your brands, and you managed to hold Dutch off. And unfortunately, Dutch had this incident where he spun off the road at Spoon, and you managed to just about get out the outside of him to avoid the incident. That was a fantastic job from you. So we're going to move on to the driver P2, CJ. Almost your first Div 1 race win. It just about escaped you. It's been a fantastic drive today. Can you talk us through that race? Because at one point it was looking like the win was going to go to your teammate, and how did you respond to having to be the one to try and take the win for Ferrari? So definitely drove your socks off with them. We noticed at one point at the start of the race that you and Dutch were very close on pace. Was that a point, and Dutch got past, was that a point of just admitting to yourself, okay, it looks like at this point in time Dutch is going to be quicker, try and play the team game? Was that sort of the reasoning behind letting them through, or? So definitely, it was a fantastic drive from you as well. Not the easiest of drives, as we do have that very abrupt bump coming out the final corner, so he's managed to navigate that well, so a good job for you and Brandon. Just going to move on to Danny. You, not the best of qualifyings, can you give us a little bit of a run through with that? We noticed that there was a bit of a retirement. just an unfortunate collection, yeah. So we did notice that in the race you were very far back and you finished P3, so that's definitely a very good comeback. You've managed to make the best out of a bad situation. Can you talk us through your way of managing to pick your way through the field? Was it definitely not an easy thing to do, especially in Div 1? A fantastic job from you. The last time I saw somebody come from outside the top 10 to take a podium was Mia Cota, so just to brush my own ego there, so it was definitely a great job from you three. It was a fantastic race tonight. I just want to say a quick congratulations. No, you never. No, you never. So I'm going to hand it over to Pagani. He's going to do your interview before we go. Not really. So a great drive from the top three tonight. We've got Brandon, CJ and Danny taking up the top three, so that was a great race, and I just want to say one last time, well done to the lot of yous. Just want to shamelessly plug our next couple of races. So, on Friday, we're with the GT Sport League, the Championship Final. No, not the football, the race. Unfortunately, Joe Burns has already took the championship. Pagani can't do much to fight for it, unfortunately. So, round 15 and 16, the last 2 rounds, will be at the Blue Moon Base Speedway. It's a bit of a mouthful. And the Tokyo Expressway as well for the final round of the season. And if you haven't noticed already, go to our Twitter because there's an announcement for it, because we are going to be running GR2 cars next season, so that should definitely be something fun. We're going to have a lot more downforce, so we hope you can join us tomorrow. And next week at 8 o'clock we will be having the Div 1 guys going around Germany for round 10. Was it round 10? I'm not too sure. It's not round. It might be somewhere around there. But also, us Div 2 lads will be there tomorrow. So that's, make sure you tune in for that. Exactly. They leave the fun track for us as well. So we definitely hope you can tune into those races. They should be good. We want to thank you all for watching. See you later.